this vessel of Green Day. You know, it's taken me all over the world, and it started with one show at a time. Man, that feels such a great feeling when you know you're just crushing that. My wife always tells me, she goes, you gotta slow down, you gotta stop. Baby, you married a race car, not a pace car. I'd be doing this whether I was making no money or not, because coming from nothing, you got nothing to lose. Live a Renaissance life, do lots of things, make a mess everywhere, it will all come out in the wash. We have always had this common belief that what we are doing in Green Day and what we leave behind will be our biggest contribution to the world.
Here we are in the studio with Mr. Mike Dirnt from Green Day. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I love what you guys do.
Thank you so much, man. I've been a huge fan for a long time, so this is a big deal. We're gonna start off right away, diving into some tunes. And I feel like all these songs and these bass lines that you've written over the years are gonna be great sort of jumping off points to talk about your approach, your sounds, your techniques, how you approach the bass, how you sing and play, all of these things that you're known for. So you ready to dive in?
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. When was the last time you saw this video?
It's been a minute. That was our old house.
No.
Well, it's actually, Billy and Tré lived there. I lived down the street. And the room we're jamming in this, that was our actual jam room.
You're kidding.
Yeah, we just painted the walls for the video, but Mark Core did the video. He was great. That was our couch. That was our table. Probably our bong in there somewhere. Yeah.
Now that you say that, it absolutely tracks.
Yeah,
it really looks
with the
like
look
that.
of everything for sure.
It's still blowing my mind that I got to interview Mike Dirnt. That aside, typically we don't do tab and notation like workbooks on songs for artist interviews, but we thought that would be an absolute crazy miss for this one. So yes, we put together a PDF that has all of these incredible Green Day bass lines, tab and notation that Mike himself is showing us in this video. They're available for you in the description. Go grab them. Oh man, how old were you guys when you did this?
I'd say 21, and we shared that jam room with another band too. It was like, it was one of those places where we'd show up to band practice and somebody'd be like, hey, there's a half a burrito in the fridge if you want it, you know, like, it was, you know, the good old days.
Communal living.
It was, it really was. It was more of a squat than like, it was the basement of a 3-story Victorian building in Berkeley.
Yeah.
And it was perfect. And this song, whew.
I mean, this is legendary. I don't know any bass player who hasn't taken a stab at trying to learn this song. And I feel like every bass player thinks they have it right. And probably, you told me that you feel like everybody sort of overcomplicates it.
There's a bunch of stuff that I do. With my bass lines, people will either overcomplicate it or oversimplify it.
Okay.
Which is fine. It's probably the same with most stuff. But this one is just really one thing in it where, you know, you go. It's all the hands. And then that's the part everybody just goes. Slide. Yeah, a little slide. It's little jumps. So that portion of it,
Yeah.
we were at a different house at the time. So this song probably took about a year to put together or so.
Yeah.
And Billy had kind of this, I think he was going for like a Pretender's Message of Love, you know.
Yeah.
You know that thing?
Yeah, sure.
And so he had that going, and him and Tré were kind of doing a thing. I'm like, kept hearing it, and I said, hey, what's that thing? I should preface this. We were all hanging out at our house, and I was in a room by myself, an empty room, because we had no furniture. It was just me in an empty room by myself, on acid. And I said, hey, what's that thing? And he grabbed an acoustic guitar and goes in and goes. And that just kept playing in my head over and over again. It was probably just the echo from the LSD. And and then just kind of, then I was kind of walking into it, just kind of felt myself, oh, okay. And he came back, I'm like, dude, check this out. It was this really cool thing. And I remember being really nervous afterwards going, now I got to write the rest of the song sober.
Oh, right, sure.
Because after, in the next practice we had, I was kind of working through it and coming up with that, and so that.
Oh, do it again, do it again, do it again.
Which is kind of neat because it works with the song as a sort of like a descending line, especially as it's like ending the song. The first part, it's not ascending or, that's an ascending thing, whereas the other one's descending.
Yes.
You know, and so, but the rest of it's just kind of walking around in the middle and everything, and it's worked out pretty good. It was, thank you, fake book. Or no, not the fake book, sorry, the real book.
The real books.
The real book.
Is that coming from
just
you working
jam-
on, walking bass lines?
So it comes from me jamming with friends, and I can never read music, but I just follow the main key, and then I go home and I'd write a bass line around something they were playing, and it ended up being like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 songs.
Yeah.
And then I'd sit in with them at these little cafes and everything, and but a lot of it's shuffle based, and that's one thing that Green Day, I feel like that's one thing in our arsenal that a lot of rock bands don't do, is they don't swing.
Right.
And Green Day will swing.
You guys swing.
We will swing. Having that shuffle is a really cool thing. It's whether it's this or hitching a ride or
About Minority.
yeah, Minority. And that's the fun part with stuff like that, is later on going, how am I going to sing that? Like, how am I going to resolve? That actually, fortunately for me, the chorus on that is. So that's the only real resolve I have to do in that one.
So you were telling me too, when you were writing that, you and Tré were kind of like disagreeing on what was going to happen with the drums and the bass.
Yeah, Billy came in, at first it was just a and the swing was there, but it was much more pulverizing, and Tré was kind of coming at it with with the ride and the snare and everything. It was jumping right on it, and I just had carpal tunnel surgery, so I had this thing in my head, had to wait till I healed, and then came back and said, hey, I got this whole melody in my head, figured it out, played it for him, and we were still at that, and I'm like, I kind of want you to like just ride the snare with me on it. It's kind of like a little Irish thing going on.
Yeah.
Hadn't quite committed to doing it yet. And Billy goes, dude, just try it. Just try it with him. And we tried it, and it just took like half the song to go, oh yeah, this is great. Because then it gave the headway for the chorus to really pop.
Yes.
It had a nice breakdown for the vocals and the way it kind of rides through. And yeah, it's the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tré, the way he plays things, I used to say that when Tré joined the band, I kind of had to catch up, which was also a little bit true, because he's way better drummer than I was a bass player at the time. Still is. But at the end of the day, it wasn't so much that I had to catch up, it's I had to catch up to all of the options he was giving me.
Oh, right.
Because now I'm hearing so many more things in my head. I'm like, this guy plays drums so musically. You don't realize how many, I know we're talking bass, but really, I never realized how many cymbals he hits because it's so musical.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Sometimes you really notice people smashing crashes all the time.
Correct. When somebody's riding a cymbal.
Yeah.
When you don't, if you listen to a song like 21st Century Breakdown, I think he hits like 140 something cymbal hits in there, but it doesn't sound like it. It's just part of the song.
Right. Well, hey, speaking of parts, you are such a part writer.
Yeah.
And we have to talk about When I Come Around. So that's another one on my list. So let's check this out. Your entrance. Look at you guys, man. Where were you?
So this was all shot in San Francisco. We were walking down the Mission, late at night, which is the really cool Hispanic area of San Francisco. And in San Francisco, when we were growing up, was just utopia.
Yeah.
And you would go to, and it's still the topography and the culture of any real port city that's been around that long is, from bringing spices to Shanghai people, you name it. I mean, it's like crazy stuff happens in port cities, and all the culture coming in and out. Dude, the Bay Area is so multicultural, and it just extends, from them people bringing their heritages from all over the world to their foods from all over the world. To it's a great place. And San Francisco was a thing.
That's amazing. And the bass line is so cool.
Again, it's pretty simple. It's just about getting it to pop. It's really it. But a lot of people go, it's.
Scott Divine's digging it. I mean, the denim. Why? Like, all right. Let me ask you this.
It's like.
Yes, there's like an anticipation.
Lifting. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's sort of that eyebrow lifting moment.
Yes.
It's that moment where you're like, there it goes.
Yes.
Like a lot of times you get a good chorus.
Right.
Let's work on the other parts.
Yeah. So many of your lines don't just follow chugging eighth notes, where like a guitar thing is holding down almost like a rhythm eighth note roll, but you're so melodic through it.
I want counter melodies. Yeah, I really want counter melodies, and I want percussive hooks.
Yeah.
A pocket thing.
Yeah.
Or a punch, something ear candy. I always thought if I ever did go to college, I went to 13th grade, not college. And so if I went to college, what would my thesis be? My thesis would be around unspoken mathematics, unquantifiable mathematics, when to tell a punchline, right?
Yeah.
When to interject in a conversation, when to change chords in a song, all of those things. And I think there's a uniqueness to every person that gives them their own style.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And so for me, I think maybe it's just sometimes in my bass lines, you get the comedian that I never became coming out. Sometimes you get the anger that that was suppressed.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes you get the longing, something.
Have you heard that thing that people play like their personalities?
Yeah. I could hear that.
Do you feel like
no, I have not heard that, but yeah, it tracks.
Yeah. Do you feel like you play like your personality?
I do. And there's days where my personality is really vibrant, and there's days where I wish I had more personality on some days.
Oh, man.
Hey, was it influenced, that style, your style of bass playing, can you point to any specific bass players where you were like, yeah, the first time I heard a bass player playing like that melodically was, who was that for you?
Greg Norton. From Husker Du.
Husker Du?
Yeah.
Minneapolis, man.
Yeah, he stops playing a lot, though. We have distinctly different playing, but there's a lot of little ear candy and runs and things he did that I was like, God, those are such good bass lines. And I remember it was a really formative time where I was switching over to bass. And then there's the radio part of my head. Being from the Bay Area, we always heard, and this just occurred to me that like at the end of last year, Journey. One thing he was always doing is going like,
yes.
All those little lines popped out. But it's interesting because, back in the day, people didn't even know what a bass was.
Right.
That was one of the things, people say, what's it like being the bass player in Green Day? I said, well, one, it's explaining to them, what a bass guitar is,
Sure.
and then what we hold down and everything else. But now everybody knows what a bass is, but you still have to sort of pick it out. And I think it's really interesting to sort of in a three-piece band too, there's usually a lot more space to try and fill in what you might hear. I've played things on bass that I thought would sound great as a French horn, or I've played things that I wanted to, on redundant, that whole intro bass line. I wanted that to be, that whole thing, I wanted it to be a cello, and we followed it with cellos, I mean, I don't know, try and make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I got to talk about this too. There's something about your playing style and your sound. Are you always playing with a pick?
I am. And I mean, I felt so bad. The bass player that was playing bass on, when American Idiot went to Broadway,
Yeah.
he was playing bass, and this gal comes over, he goes, no, it's punk, it's all downstrokes. And I was like, he's like, yeah, but I go, dude, what are you doing? Your arm is gonna fall off. He goes, yeah, my arm's on fire. I go, I'm all up and down, man. It sounds like all downstrokes if you're doing it right, but it is all up and down, you know? But that is the Ramones' gift that they're very, very good at. There's certain people those downstrokes are really, you know, rapid fire and it can kill it. But I'm up and down. I don't know.
And how do you hold a pick?
Show
me your pick grip.
I don't think there's too much special about it. Some people are really like, I love watching guys that just rip. And there's a guitar player, Tré Hensley.
I don't know Tré.
Or Tré Hensley, country guitar player. And he's, in fact, when I saw him at the Grammys, I had to jump up and give him a hug because I'm like, dude, I love what you do, man.
Cool.
And but he broke down how he holds it really tight so he can get, you know, me, I sort of like to hear it go through, you know, a little bit of that, you know. And sometimes I'll loosen the grips just to get through quicker, you know.
Yeah.
But and then other times I want to really dig through. I like to hear that click on there. Sometimes you're looking for it like that tic tac sound
with a little palm mute.
Yeah, but you want to hear that that top end.
Yeah.
So I guess you just kind of play with it, whatever suits you best, you know. But for me, up and down has really worked well for me. On the bass.
And never fingers.
No, not really. My rotation really sucks with my fingers. I don't think I can get out of second gear. you know. But I will do plucking, you know, stuff like that when we start songs and things like that, or in the middle of stuff, you know. Basket Case has that. And so it only happened in the studio. I asked Tré, I said, can you just do me a favor, go. And so when he did it, it was like, that's what that hit is. So it's like, and it ends up sounding like I'm going, you know, firing a bow.
Man, and was there anything about like the G3 Gibson bass that made you want to play it with a pick versus other basses, or have you always just been?
Always been pick.
Yep.
It's got a really good like 2K. I hit one note on it when he gave it to me. I plugged it in my amp and went, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's got that pop. The other thing it's nice on the Gibson basses is the neck pitch, or the headstock pitch goes back.
Right.
And on a maple neck, it's going to give you a more punch, you know, especially on maple. And it kind of helped me cut through bigger guitars for a while, and then they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
The guitars.
And bigger and bigger.
and Tré's floor toms.
Yeah,
too.
and we got more and more floor toms and kick drums. It's not. I'm like, I'm just gonna start playing baritone and just play really high from now on. Then can I cut through there?
But your bass sound has always been so like your pick thing, the sounds that you choose.
It evolves to the band. You know, it really does. Everything from the basses that I'm playing to the amps I'm playing through to everything.
Let me switch gears and talk to you about Boulevard of Broken Dreams. So this song is just so massive. I mean, I remember when it comes out, this is like one of my daughter's favorite songs. She listens to it all the time. I probably heard this song 1,000 times. And I remember like being a fan of you and being a fan of like your melodic pick playing. When I heard this one struck a different thing in me because there's all this space. And there's this space that you leave in the verse and it's so restrained. And can we just listen to it? Then let's talk about it. Let's check it out.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone.
The space that you leave there.
You gotta. The key, I think, is you can hear the pocket. It's like it's gotta have the when it hits with Tré.
Yes.
Almost like.
Was this groove or like this verse thing difficult to get down? Was it a thing where you thought about it? Did it come really naturally to you?
No, I felt like this felt great. It was just a matter of knowing that we want to get the maximum out of it. Each time it hits, it goes, well, this is tuned down a half
Yeah,
step.
that's
but
fine.
You want that pop, and you got to hit with the kick.
Yeah.
You know, so no matter what, whether the pick or it's the click of my hand or whatever it is, it's got to hit with it. So you're getting the maximum impact out of each one. And then the slide up is just adding a little color while the vocal's floating over it. And I always slide all over the place because I feel like it's one thing a lot of young bass players don't do is they don't play a lot of ands, and they don't do a lot of extra sliding and stuff. And the one thing about when we play is I pin things down because there will come a time where you're playing a show, and if I lift my hand up a little bit too much, the low end goes away for the whole crowd.
Right.
It's done. It's gone. So those ands, the little nuanced slides and all those things, they're playing the bass.
Yeah.
It's not just junk shit in between.
No,
it's
right.
actually playing the bass.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're really important. You know, I remember they did it in the 80s all the time, that boom, you know? It's like, yeah, you get that. It all of a sudden turns into boom, you know?
Right.
Like those little things, like, that's intentional.
Totally.
You know?
And I hear the intention in this. Can you just play through that verse? I mean, I know it's
Sure.
probably kind of weird without it, but...
Well, should I switch basses?
Yeah, well, if you want to,
I'm going to
sure,
switch the
sure.
bass.
If you want to, yeah.
Sometimes you can get vertigo on stage.
What do you mean?
Do not like, you're like, oh, where am I at? Where am I at? Or you'll look into the crowd, you're just kind of like zoning out. The slow stuff is harder to play live.
Yeah.
A little bit. And then, and I do a lot of that stuff too, where, and all those little, I'll do a lot of those octaves and fifths just to make the speaker swell, because I know when I'm listening to some NS10s,
Yeah.
you know, and they're super flat, when they're going, woof, you created a thing that's going to move hair on somebody's arm.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's almost about moving energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, you're making the speaker just pulsate a little more at that time, you know, swell.
Thanks for playing that. That's one of my favorite songs. Okay, let's move over to J.A.R.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love YouTube. You probably love YouTube. But let's be honest, it's not the best platform for in-depth teaching. Enter the SBL Academy. At SBL, we break down the bass with a curriculum-driven approach that spans from complete beginner level to super advanced. We also cover all kinds of genres, skills, and techniques, all brought to you by world-class bass instructors. And best of all, you can get started today for free at trysbl.com.
You've written so many of these songs. And let's hear this, and then I want to ask you a question about that. You have to switch basses on this
I will.
one?
I
I'm
have.
sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no.
Mike. Oh, even those lines in there.
It's a one that's, again, real easy. You're just fitting it in there. It's just getting the timing right on it, but it's really easy. But the song is about a friend of mine that passed away, and it's an upbeat song because I've decided to take it, and he's going to be with me the rest of my life. And the whole idea is that you know, I live like him, and that's okay because I'm still giving, and it's the whole idea. But and that one has a lot of the you know, all that stuff.
Yeah,
in
the
there.
octaves.
Yeah, but that one really from that string right there droning out is what gives it a cool thing. Because when it gets to the chorus and you hear the floor tom kicking in, you're just rolling at that point because the floor toms start rolling with it.
Goes on, and I think it's alright, but I do what I like, 'cause that's the way
it just rolls. You know, Tré's.
Oh,
I wouldn't say the song's written around the riff, but I had the riff and wrote to it. You know, because it's a separate piece. There's the song and then there's the riff, right? So
yes.
except for the very end, I guess.
How many Green Day songs do you feel like you have started? Like you've come in and the seed has been started by you?
I don't think it's about starting it. Sometimes it's about bookending or bridges.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like bridge of like Hitchin a Ride. I'm like, whoa, 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 I got an idea. You know, the. You know, they were like, it was like, oh yeah, that's great. Then Billy put that really crazy, we call them like pterodactyl wahs in it and shit, and like going higher with it, and I'm like, oh, that turned out really great, you know?
Cool.
Like I'm always writing riffs for bridges or intros. I wrote this bass riff for a song on the album Tré, a song called Missing You.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I got this line, this motoring line that kind of feels like. I can't pinpoint it, but one of them it just kind of drives through. And I remember it's kind of a weird little rhythm thing there. And Billy just went with the chords, started a song, and wrote a song around it.
Right.
There's No One Knows on our first record, which is.
Man. Beautiful.
So, and then Billy wrote a whole, he goes, can I write a song around that? I'm like, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not maybe so much keeping score,
No,
but being a team player.
Yeah, it's really like it's my job to take something and make it different or make it more intense or make it better, or if it's really intense, add a brightness to it or add an emotion or come in the side door somewhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's right there and sometimes I will write it 10 ways from Sunday, you know. We were talking a little bit about on the new record, 1981.
Do you want to talk about 1981?
I mean, sure.
It's unbelievable. I wrote down in my notes, holy shit. Because there is a moment, oh man. I mean.
That one's one of those ones where I finally was on a jog and I was just like, I'm just gonna go cut loose. So again, a lot of it's like, how do I enter a song?
Right.
So what you're gonna hear here is me popping it or plucking in. Yeah. That stuff's real important to me. How do you get in?
But then this thing coming up.
With it? Wait, it's up there.
Oh, that thing is incredible. Ooh, major scale with that chromatic thing at the end.
Well, and then the middle,
yes.
I did a thing where now this is where it gets really fun. Because I'm like,
so
what can I
cool.
play with?
And all the way down.
I love doing that.
You're
Yeah.
with Billy.
I like resolving all the way up or all the way down sometimes. And sometimes it just sounds like it's disappearing. Sometimes it really stands out.
Yep.
But it pleases me.
Oh, it's so cool.
You know?
You play that bridge? I mean, I know you said you're in a different key. You have to switch again?
Is it driving you crazy?
Not me at all. Is it driving you crazy?
Well, I'm afraid it'll drive them crazy when they hear it in that key.
It's not driving me crazy. No, go
Okay,
for
so
it.
man.
I was like,
man.
Played it a little sloppy, but it is what.
That bass line there is so it's not like jammed, it's like through composed. All of these incredible
Yeah, I mean, I will.
How did you come up with that specifically? Like thinking about.
So
the
Billy had
song.
sent me a demo, and him and Tré had kind of done their own things to it, and I would run and just listen, and I'm like, it just feels like I should just be following his melody, but I'll just do it in my own way, and he was like, that's great, I love it. That's
so cool.
Something to kind of accentuate what he's doing, and that it's a bridge.
Like the demo of it.
Yeah, like a departure of the rest of the song entirely. Take it somewhere completely different,
Yep.
and get back into the song, And then the end has this really weird minor thing that it's like a. It's really weird.
Wild. Ooh, yeah, like a diminished.
Yeah. It's a bit of a bitch sometimes, but it depends on how fast we're playing it. But I'm like, I just hear it. It's so good. I gotta throw that in there, man.
Do they come to you when you don't? A lot of times when you don't have your bass in your hands as like a melody.
Yeah. So I had like this one. I had to walk away from it for a minute because Billy's really good. If he sends me a demo and he puts a basic bass on it or something, or sometimes he'll put something he's hearing in it, I'm like, it's hard because you can't get that out of your head sometimes.
That
like when
can
we
get in
recorded
there.
with Butch Vig, it was like he was throwing all these keyboard parts, and then he'd throw bass on, and he's fucking better bass, drum, guitar player than all of us. Shit, I'm like, fuck. And it was Butch Vig. Yeah. I'm not sorry, Butch Vig. I'm sorry, I'm Butch Walker. God.
Oh,
my
yeah,
brain.
yeah.
Butch Walker.
Butch Walker, sure.
Butch Vig is just great. He's just great. He did 21st Century Breakdown, and he came in when we really needed him to kind of make sense of like the immense amount of writing we did to try and follow up American Idiot. And Butch Vig is incredible, and obviously he's a legend. But Butch Walker, it was great. First time we'd ever worked with somebody that could just play the hell out of everything.
play, yes.
But it was also like, God, just can you just leave some of it alone so I can get in there? And then it was, but you know what's great is when you get pushed out of your comfort zone like that, and it's really, that's where the good stuff is, right?
Yeah.
When you're right about there.
Yeah. Yes.
Doing this is out of my comfort zone, but that's where the good stuff's at,
Yeah. Oh, it's so
You know what I
great.
mean? And hopefully when I walk out of this, and then this whole week being with NAMM coming up and being surrounded by all these great bass players and everything, it's just I'm hoping osmosis is a real thing for humans.
Oh man. Well, are you kidding me? You're a legend. You're a singular voice.
So
we got to talk about some singing and playing, because you do a ton of singing.
Yeah.
In Green Day as well.
Yeah, that's one of those things really early. I was already doing a lot of singing before Tré joined the band.
Yeah.
And then Tré joined, he goes, I don't want to sing. And he has a really good voice, and he has done some singing on records. But I was like, well, I'll do it. Once again, not realizing, I'll do it for the rest of my life.
What you've signed up for. That's so good. I've got Welcome to Paradise, this great live video of you guys, and you just singing, man. It's so good. Come on.
This is at Slim's in San Francisco, and Slim's is shutting down now after all these years, like 40 years or something.
It's been 3 whole weeks since that I have left your hand. This sudden fear has left me trembling.
Oh, the kicks, the jumps.
That's just
Feeling so alone.
it starts with the energy, bringing it to you, you know.
Yeah.
My wife always tells me, she goes, you gotta slow down, you gotta stop hurting your body and this and that. I'm like, babe, you married a race car, not a pace car. I don't know what to say. I mean, when you get up there and listen to Green Day and be like, you raise my bass a little bit, get a little hip swagger going. It's, you know.
Man. I mean, look at where I stopped this. Look
Good
at
time.
you in mid-jump, man.
Yeah.
Come on. All the jumps and all the singing. How do you do it? How do you do it all, Mike?
You just keep your cardio up, you know? No, you know, it's not even a choice, right? It's like, we all have like bass face,
Sure.
you know?
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
so whatever
yes.
it is, you know, ooh, you know?
Yeah.
And we all have this, like this happiness or this ugliness or this just these dynamic movements that you do that are not even by choice. They're just somehow this dance that's created between you and your dance partner, throughout your life, and it just evolves. And next thing you know, you're somewhere between like, I don't know, like a cattle dog with a bone and Bob Fosse.
Somebody though that wants to sing, like somebody that wants to do BGVs or is tasked with singing and playing bass at the same time, what's the first thing that you'd say in terms of like how to get that together?
Start small, if you're starting young, just get in, and it's going to be that uncomfortable zone for a minute. I had a friend who was a really good bass player, and when you're young, it's always the other guys. There was a little competition going on and stuff, and then one day he comes over, he goes, I got to tell you something, man. He goes, I just started singing in my band. He's like, I got a whole different take on you now. I was like, yeah, because it's this shit.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, I write the bass lines first, which can be a real bitch.
To then have to deal with that.
Because then you go, Billy's like, oh, I got a great harmony idea there. I'm like, oh, I just wrote myself into a real hard thing.
Right.
But when you get there, the payoff for doing something that is firing on all cylinders, and you're doing one rhythm here, and you're singing another rhythm, and the whole band's doing their thing. That's like, man, that feels such a great feeling when you're just crushing that. Wouldn't give that up. That's a really, really great thing. And yeah. And singing harmonies is just like, again, it's just one more way to make a really full sound and accentuate something that you can't hit on an instrument because you're already doing something here.
Yeah.
So how do you make that even wider?
Yeah. You've been in this band, for how long has Green Day been a band?
So I've been playing with Billy since I was like 10 and a half, 11. And really, he and I have been playing together forever. I recorded our first record when I was 15. I think came out when I was 16. Our first 7-inch came out in like 89. Yeah. So, and then, but songs that we'd written before then have ended up on other things too and stuff. So really, you can look at 87, 88. It's crazy.
Yes.
So
is my math correct to say almost 40 years?
Correct. Yeah.
So if there's a kid out there that wants to be in a band or is getting together with friends, and do you have advice for longevity and relationships? And you've learned so much over the course of time. What's your advice to people that want to do that well?
I always tell kids, play with friends. Because it seems like when you cherry pick based on skill sets, you're not on the same wavelength as the other people all the time. If you play with your friends, and even if you're learning how to play together, they're your friends. You're already somewhat on the same wavelength. You like some of the same things. You kid around with the same jokes. You watch the same movies, whatever it is. So you already have this common denominator. It says we're friends already.
Yeah.
And then now we're going to discover something together. And so there's nothing more exciting than discovering something new with friends.
Right.
And that's really it. And then I just say play anywhere and everywhere. Like anywhere you can get a gig, just play it.
Yeah.
Go. Some of the greatest musicians I've ever known never got out of their house. Never got out of their house. They never played out there. And I'm like, well, they're like, man, you did this and that, blah, blah. Like, I wish I had your skill set, but I wouldn't give it up for what I've done, which was this vessel of Green Day has been an amazing life. It's taken me all over the world. It's done lots of things. And it started with one show at a time.
Yeah.
Playing a backyard party, a keg party, and then it turned into you try and get a gig.
Yeah.
You try and get out of town. You try and open for somebody. We saved all of our money from every show, and whether it was $50 or $20 or $100, and buy a new amp for Billy, get a snare for our drummer, and this and that, and then save up for a van.
Yeah.
And it's just a journey,
What about when it gets hard? Why didn't you guys break up?
We have always had this this sort of common belief that what we are doing in Green Day and what we leave behind will be our biggest contribution to the world. And so we've never taken that for granted because we all kind of come from humble means. And if you have a chance to express yourself emotionally, mentally, whether it's for writing or film or photography or, and have an artistic approach to life and that kind of eye. I mean, that's, embrace that.
Yeah.
Embrace it, and because it's something that few people get to experience a career of or a life of. It doesn't have to pay the bills to still, I'd be doing this whether I was making no money or not. So that was the whole thing. Because coming from nothing, you got nothing to lose.
Right.
And I was always like, well, I'd be happy working 40 hours a week. I worked for UPS, I cooked seafood, I installed heating and like HVAC, heating, air conditioning, built houses and stuff when I was younger. I liked all that stuff because I knew I had a gig on the weekend.
Yeah.
I had my friends.
Right.
All that sort of stuff. And that's really it. I think the other thing, let me just pose this too. Like I started off playing guitar and then I picked up the bass and was like, wow, I think I just became a bass player, right? And so, but you don't have to do one or the other. You can play any and all instruments, It's like, just live a Renaissance life. Do lots of things.
Yeah.
Make a mess everywhere. It will all come out in the wash.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I'll just jump in one more time.
Please.
I'm sorry. Oh, me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm getting long-winded.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Okay.
Can you also talk about how much you guys played and practiced?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because I think that
Yeah.
the
layperson does not know.
misconception
Okay.
is that you just write these great songs,
Right.
And you just, and you just do great trio, and you just, do that thing, you rock and roll. But the reality is actually,
Well, let's get into that a little bit
Yeah.
because I think it's important for bands at every level to know. When we were young, rehearsal was very exciting. We get together, we want to jam, but it sort of morphed into a very good work ethic, but also it's essential to growing as a band and getting better. And it's one of the things I think that not all bands do that my band did is that we, all the way up until, 12 years ago or something, would rehearse anywhere from 3 or 4 to 6 days a week.
That's unbelievable.
In between tours.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 14 years old, I had split shift as a busboy. I worked 5 hours in the morning, had 3 hours off, came back and worked 6 hours later.
Yeah.
I rode my bike an hour to Billy's house. We jammed for an hour. I rode back. Then I worked the other 6 hours.
Wild.
It was like anything to get it done.
Yes.
And all those years, I remember I would meet bands that had a hit and they were getting going. They had a hit or they were starting to get kind of big, and they go, yeah, we're going to go into the studio and start writing next month. And I go, you don't rehearse and write every day? It made no sense to me.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go to the most expensive place in the world to write?
Oh, and rehearse?
and rehearse and write and waste money on that level. But more importantly, it takes time to chase down every single second of a song.
Yeah.
To make the whole song complete and exciting.
Yes.
Because it would drive me crazy if I was playing a song and went, it's one thing to have a song get better because you've toured it and you go, oh, that was really cool. I could have played that. I see that, blah, blah. But it's another thing to have it not be better on the record or it not be its best on the record because you just weren't nurturing it. You got to practice and play all the time. And that's fine. We're a 3-piece, so it was easier to call practice.
Yeah,
and
sure.
we're committed. There's always that, a lot of times there's that fourth guy or whatever. And he's like, I don't know, man, I got a thing or this and that, blah, blah. Bro, you ain't in it to win it then.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, do
Right.
you want these songs to be good? Or do you want Thursday to be good? A good day lasts a day.
Right.
A good song lasts forever.
That's the truth. Wow. Mike, what's coming up for you? What's going on in your life that you're excited about? What's next?
Well, we just did monster touring. I think now it's time to just, go home and sort of, we have a movie coming out. We haven't announced it yet, and that'll all come out. It's in the bag, so we got it done. It's in the can. And it's really good. It's starring Mason Thames and McKenna Grace.
Oh, cool.
And they're absolutely amazing in it, and they're huge. But the other actors that are in it have such great synergy. It's not about Green Day. It's about a band, and their experiences reflect things that we went through when we were touring in a van.
Oh, wow.
And so there's a lot of Easter eggs in it and everything. But really, the actors that are in it, they make it so good. We got Fred Armisen, we got Bobby Lee, we've got Jenna Fisher.
Wow.
It's got heart, it's got triumph, it's got really sad parts. I mean, it brought tears to my eyes a couple of times throughout it, and then it has that fuck yeah moment too. A few of those.
Amazing.
It's really good, and I'm excited with that. But
Cool.
really, it's time. Sometimes you got to go home and just listen, live, marinate, and then, you know, one step at a time. Just okay, one song at a time, whatever it is. Sometimes they come in buckets. Sometimes it's one song. Sometimes it's a riff, and but you keep chiseling away. You know, you hand me a piece of marble, and somehow I'll try and find an elephant out of it, right? That's the whole thing.
Man, incredible having you here today.
Well, thank you for having me. This is I love all the content you guys do. I learned so much. I'm a fan of everybody that's on the show. You know, it's like 4 bass players by bass players. You know, it's amazing. And I just think it's really neat now too, because well, one other thing everybody doesn't talk about, other than Ned's Atomic Dustbin, who had 2 bass players.
Whoa, dude! Whoa, what a great pull!
You want to talk about
Ned's
job
Atomic
security
Dustbin.
people. There's one guy. If you didn't show up for practice, you're an idiot. One bass player in the band.
Yeah, that's right.
You should be there first.
That's right. So true. Yeah, job security.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, well, I guess you had Spinal Tap too. They had the revolving drummers, and you know, and everybody else just played bass. Which, by the way, how great a band would that be? All bass players.
Oh man, I don't know. Hey, you're coming up. You're doing something coming up here at the Bass Player Awards, right?
Yeah, the Bass Magazine Awards is they're giving out awards to people who've been around a minute, I guess. They're getting lifetime achievement there, along with some amazing other bass players. You got Les Claypool, you got Marcus Miller, you got Laura Lee, you've got Blue to Tiger.
Yep.
You've got all these incredible bass players. I'm just happy to be in the room. I mean, it's so funny because I'm a fan. Like, I want to play bass like all these people, and that's inspiring. You know, I mean, Marcus Miller, it was insane watching it. But then when I do something like, you know, that's just because I started plucking on that because I saw them so long ago.
Right.
I can't do what they do. But thank you for showing me that I could pluck something or hit it with my thumb or make a different sound or approach it differently.
Yeah.
You know, all those things play in. I have played songs with my fingers. Again, I can't really get out of second gear, but it's a sound that you need, you know, because it sounds better than a felt pick.
Right.
You know, and those little things are like, they all matter, you know? They're all just like all little things that you pull off and try and get inspired by, you know?
Well, you've inspired so many bass players. You've inspired me. You've inspired Scott. I mean, you've inspired so many people that watch the channel. So we're just happy to have you here today, man.
I was talking to Les the other day and I said, you know, it's pretty cool because last time he and I hung out, it was probably 30 plus years ago. We were fishing, of course, right? Go figure. And I said, and we were like, this is what a full circle moment. And we both kind of get nostalgic. And I go, man, I guess we get a lot of credit. I go, and a lot of blame. We could laugh.
Man, you can't have one without the other, though, you know? I mean,
no, for sure.
If one comes the other.
No, I'm really, it's exciting, you know. Like I said, when I was a kid, a lot of people really didn't know what a bass was. Now, and the thing is, you don't have to be in a band. You don't have to, I'm a horrible piano player, but I love to play piano.
Sure.
Because when you play a chord yourself, it's not like just putting a needle down. It vibrates through your body. It is a whole different thing. Same thing if you make it there. There's subharmonics that are floating around the room. There's other things that it's almost indescribable. And so the best thing that we can do is introduce these things or make them accessible for people to have that experience and decide whether they want that to be part of their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Dirnt, you are the man.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Make some noise for Mr. Mike Dirnt.
Yes.
All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
Journey.
Yeah.
You have the bass.
Oh,
It's Avery. Steve's-
Valerie.
Valerie.
Ross
Valerie. Not
Valerie.
Avery. Yeah,
Ross
Ross Valerie. Thank you. Gosh.
yeah.
I just.
Known for building special bonds. No one wants to put you for cancer.
All right.
This is the ED commercial I wrote.
All right, here we go.